another month, another budget video. Wow, this year is going by so far. It's already April. Gosh, this is gonna be one of like the worst months I've been in a very long time. We are really feeling the pinch, not cut with food prices but also fuel prices. Luckily I just read a report that says it's only going up by like 30 cents, but we do have to brace ourselves for much more larger increases come in the next few months, because I think the government is only doing a fuel levy reduction for 2 months, and then it all depends what's happening in the market. Yeah, there's just a lot going on. We also know that the electricity went up by 9.4% I think on the 1st of April. I luckily put electricity in literally the day before the 1st, but it's definitely going to impact a lot of our budgets moving forward. This month in particular, I mean the month isn't even done yet, and I'm really stressing about how we're gonna get through the month of April. And it's mainly because this is actually my last month getting paid short, so from next month onward I'll get my full salary back, which I'm very excited about. Besides it being short this month, Courtney also got paid a little bit extra, but it still didn't make a difference. So for recurring expenses, I think this is where the knock-on effect has essentially kind of fell into, because last month I said, oh, you could breathe a little bit, Courtney was moved closer, and unfortunately in the middle of March that moved him back to his original branch, which meant that my petrol, our fuel category had gone back up to its original position. So for this month alone, our petrol is going to be at least 5,000 rand a month, which is honestly the most insane thing I've ever heard. It's actually more than our food budget. So we are really genuinely struggling just with recurring expenses, or just our basic category. And then personal care also went up by quite a bit. I don't know if it's just because all the products and have now gone up, not only for the food but also just general products. And then for policies, they've all stayed the same. Savings, we couldn't even save that much this month. So usually I have emergency fund, access fund, and then savings. So you all know since January our savings has been depleted, and I'm trying to every time build it up, and then some shit always happens in life. Emergency fund was actually cut short, but I still wanted to make sure to put an emergency fund in because I do want to get it to a specific point. Access fund was also cut short this month. Savings was non-existent. So you can see this impact of just the fuel pricing. The food is also a disaster, so I'm just trying to minimize in some way. It's just so difficult. There is debt. So debt has also just stayed the same. We couldn't even pay extra this month, and a lot of it comes from the extra expenses, which I'll talk about now. So debt has stayed the same, and it's so crappy that I couldn't even pay a tiny bit extra towards Courtney's debt. Subscriptions have stayed the same, and then for extras, this is where the shit show of all of it happens. So Courtney has 2 fines that we unfortunately have to pay. As you can tell, I'm just like so pissed off by it, and I think I've mentioned it in the last few videos about these fines of Courtney's, and it's such an unnecessary expense to have because it's not medical related. It's not like an urgent thing that you have to pay for. It's so unnecessary. We have these large sums of fines that we have to pay. I think we have one more to pay, and that's the crux of it, because it's one we has to go to court. And then I had a pathcare bill, because you know, if you go for blood test and it's out of pocket, you have to pay for it. Unfortunately, also my medication is taking just another thing. So pathcare was almost 800 rand, medication is 600 rand, and then it's just like this small unnecessary stuff. Not unnecessary, but it's things that we have to pay for. Come next month, you know, the electricity is gonna go up, so a lot of our budgets might have to go up by 100 rand just for the electricity category. We've all seen our food budgets go up, the petrol budget's going up. We are feeling the pinch of it all. Yeah, this is not, it's just not great. I don't even know what to say, and I have to be very transparent in these videos, because I'm not gonna say it's all sunshine and roses. But yeah, we're not visiting people, we're not doing extra activities and things like that. Luckily there's a lot of public holidays coming up, so I have taken leave on some of these public holidays, but we just are stepping back a lot more. Busy reading You're Not Broke, You're Pretty Rich. As you can see, I've annotated a lot of chapters. I'm almost done with the book. I think I've got about 30 pages left. It's not the best book. A lot of the chapters also are geared to more people who have their own businesses, who are entrepreneurs, and how they need to like finance and balance their life versus people who actually get a payslip. I mean, I won't say not to read it. I just think that Manage Your Money Like a Effing Grown Up is a lot better for people who are trying to understand finances. There's a lot of like financial jargon in here, and so for the average person that's just trying to be financially literate, I wouldn't start off with this book. That's what I'm saying. So yeah guys, that's all for this week's budget video. If you are still on your budget free journey, please just plow ahead. I know that it's starting to get a lot more tougher and we're all having to make sacrifices, whether it is not compromising, but substituting brands that we used to buy with cheaper stuff, going out less, you know, staying a lot more indoors so that you don't spend money, and really just cutting down on specific things. Guys, I will see you in my next budget video. Bye.